Illinois, the old art of horse trading has become big business.
Hi, I'm Matt Dietrich, and welcome to another edition of Only in Illinois, your weekly video recap from Reboot Illinois. Today we're going to talk about horse trading. Not the kind shown here, but the kind that's happening now in a big way in Springfield, where lawmakers are eager to make deals to complete a state budget by the General Assembly's May 31st adjournment. With an election looming in November, and many Democrats eager to make permanent the temporary income tax increase imposed in 2011, the horse trading this spring will be particularly intense. One piece of evidence of the Springfield horse trading game surfaced May 7th, courtesy of the Daily Herald, which obtained a letter to members of the DuPage Mayors and Managers Conference urging the leaders of 34 DuPage County towns to support making the 2011 tax increase permanent. In his budget address, Governor Pat Quinn said state government would have to impose drastic cuts to essential areas like education and public safety if the 2011 temporary increase is allowed to expire as scheduled at the end of the year. Senate President John Cullerton and House Speaker Michael Madigan support Quinn's proposal. But there may not be enough Democratic votes in the House to pass the increase in what would likely be a very unpopular vote in an election season. And if they don't pass the tax increase before May 31st, lawmakers will have a much smaller budget for the year ahead. Anything that can help persuade reluctant lawmakers to vote for the increase will be received warmly by Quinn and the two leaders of the legislature. One such gesture would be approval of mayors in a county that traditionally has been a Republican stronghold. That was the message in a letter from the executive director of the DuPage Mayors Group to members that the Daily Herald obtained. The letter's main points? Number 1, passage of the tax increase is almost certain, regardless of whether the mayors take a position or not. 2, but if they don't take a position or oppose the increase, it's possible lawmakers will reduce the 6% share of state income taxes that municipalities receive. Number 3, even though passage of the increase appears certain, the mayors should use their endorsement as leverage to get a bigger piece of the new permanent rate, possibly increasing the local share from 6 to 10%. Number 4, supporting this tax increase now will create political capital for the municipalities in Springfield. The mayors learned a hard lesson in 2010 when their active opposition to raising the income tax from 3 to 5% probably influenced municipalities not sharing in the state's new revenue. There's no mention in the letter of providing any local tax relief to various mayors' constituents in exchange for keeping their income tax rates high, by, say, lowering property taxes or local sales taxes. But there is mention of other legislation that the municipalities want, like pension reform for police and fire departments, and a halt to a bill on minimum fire department staffing that would benefit from leverage they'd gain by supporting the tax increase. Indeed, horse trading is a thriving business in Springfield this time of year, and with a coveted tax increase in an election year on the line, it's more intense than any other year in recent memory. And while elected officials look out for their own interests in this horse trading, the question is anyone looking after yours? For Reboot Illinois, I'm Matt Dietrich. Join us again next week for another edition of Only in Illinois.
Not 10, not 15, not 50, not 1, 3, 20, got not 5. What? 5, I got 3, 25, not 30, I got 3, 35, not 40. Got 40, got not 5, what I got 3, 45, not 50. Got 350, got not 5, what I got 350, not 5. 5, what I got 355. What? 5, what I got 350, 5, what I got 355.